Have you ever seen someone who had everything they needed? They were successful, well liked by many, and seemed to have it all together. Then one day you found out that they were deeply unhappy. You might have thought, hey, this person has everything, so why are they sad? The truth is, some people can experience great success, popularity, and even wealth without being happy. There's a saying, greed sharpens the eyes but blinds the heart. So what does this proverb mean? When we look at greed, we tend to think of someone who wants more and more money. However, greed is actually a desire for more than just money. It's an insatiable want for power, pleasure, or recognition. We can be greedy for love, attention, knowledge, or anything that we think will make us happy. But in our desire to get more of what we want, we may miss what we already have. This is what the proverb means when it says that greed sharpens the eyes. Greed makes us more aware of opportunities, potential problems, and ways that we can improve ourselves. It motivates us to achieve our goals and get what we want. But greed also blinds us to what we already have and can prevent us from seeing the things that truly matter in life. So let's take a closer look at both sides of this saying. Let's start with how greed can sharpen our eyes. In today's world, it seems like everyone is looking for something more. We see people leaving stable jobs for higher-paying ones, ending relationships for new romantic prospects, and ignoring their current families to build new ones. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to better yourself. After all, humans naturally want to progress and evolve. And in order to do that, you must first desire and then work to attain your goals. But sometimes these desires can become greedy and uncontrollable. For example, someone might leave a job that pays okay and has reasonable hours for one that pays significantly more, but requires long hours. Sure, they now make more money, but their quality of life goes down. They no longer have time for friends or family. Their relationship suffers because their partner does not understand why they're always working, and their overall happiness goes down too. This is a common consequence of unchecked greed. But despite this, we still see people giving into their greed because it promises them something more, something that's just over the next hill. Greed can motivate us to do things we never thought possible. People will train their entire lives to compete in the Olympics. They'll read hundreds of books to become experts in their field or sacrifice their free time to start a business on the side. Many people say that they don't have time for things like exercise, reading, or learning new skills. But the truth is, these people simply choose not to make time for those things because they're too busy pursuing their own personal gain. We can use the concept of greed to accomplish great things, but the key is to keep it under control. If we let greed consume us, we may end up losing sight of what's important. Now, let's talk about how greed can blind our hearts. Sometimes we can become so focused on reaching our goals that we forget to enjoy the journey. Life is full of ups and downs, and we won't be happy if we are only focused on the negative. But it's also not healthy to ignore the negatives and pretend like they don't exist either. Instead, we should learn to appreciate the good things in our life while also being aware of the bad. That way, we'll be able to deal with any problems before they become too big to handle. Many people go through life with blinders on. They only focus on the task at hand and don't take time to appreciate the beauty around them. For example, imagine you're walking through a beautiful park on a sunny day. There are flowers blooming everywhere, birds singing in the trees, and children laughing as they play. But you're so focused on getting from one place to another that you fail to notice any of this. You don't take the time to smell the roses or listen to the birds. Instead, you just walk quickly from point A to point B. This is what it means to have blinders on. We're so focused on achieving our goals that we forget to enjoy the present moment. But life isn't just about achieving goals. It's also about enjoying the journey. When we're too greedy, we can lose sight of what really matters in life. We can become so focused on acquiring more and more that we forget to appreciate what we already have. The Dalai Lama once said, "The more we try to grab and clutch, the more we are likely to fall. When we try to hold on too tightly to our possessions, status, or power, we can actually end up losing it all." It's important to be aware of our own greed and to find a balance between wanting what we want and appreciating what we have. The Dalai Lama also said, "Material gain is never the ultimate source of human happiness." While having enough money to support ourselves and our loved ones is important, it's not the key to happiness. We can find joy and fulfillment in many things, such as our relationships, hobbies, and helping others. So it's important not to get too caught up in the pursuit of wealth. In conclusion, greed can be a powerful motivator, but it can also blind us to the things that really matter in life. When we're too greedy, we may become so focused on acquiring more and more that we forget to appreciate what we already have. So, it's important to be aware of our own greed and to find a balance between wanting what we want and appreciating what we have. If we can do this, we can avoid the pitfalls of greed and live a more balanced and fulfilling life. But now, I want to hear from you. How has greed affected your life or the lives of people you know? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.